Hello everyone, this is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. Today I want to review a book that I actually enjoyed, and I could see this made into a TV show if you add more characters and more drama to it, or a movie. It's called The Perfect Neighbors by Sarah, and the last name, I even asked how to pronounce it, but I'll spell it, I'll write it down. Pekkanen. It's a Finnish last name, I think. But I'm having a hard time pronouncing it. But anyway, so I'll write it down below. But it's called The Perfect Neighbors. To sum it up, it reminds me a little bit of like Desperate Housewife vibes, okay? So I'm going to go over 4 main characters, tell you what the book is, but I will not do spoilers. It definitely kept my interest, and it was an easy read. What I like about the book the best, and this is, it didn't leave holes at the end. It wrapped everything up in a nice tight little bow at the end. Okay, so I'm going to tell you each of the storylines because they're interesting. The first one is there's a woman named Susan who's divorced. She did start a business, and the business that she started is very successful. She has a young son named Cole. She has one only child, okay? Well, she's divorced her husband, and I'll go through this in the book, and I'm not giving you anything major. He wanted another child. She didn't want another child, and that might have been part of it, but they started growing apart. It might have been when she was starting her business. Well, to sum it up, he has a new wife. Well, she's stalking, was a girlfriend, and then now they're getting married, and so she's kind of stalking them. She's got a lot of resentment towards him and all of that, and I'm not going to give you any more information because there's more information about this, but he's got a new girlfriend, and she's kind of stalking them and is not happy that he left her. But their marriage was kind of falling apart. Okay, so story of her. And then the next one is a girl named Gigi, and her husband Joe is running for office, okay? And they have 2 kids, and she has an unruly teenage girl. And it's a story of that, of, you know, is he going to keep running for office? Because they keep digging up secrets and things like that. When you run for office, they dig into every part of your life. And they're finding out information about the teenage daughter, the wife, and all this kind of stuff, okay? And so, you know, that's coming to light. Then there's a girl named Kelly, who's always been a stay-at-home mom with a couple kids. And she decides to go back to work and doing real estate. And she meets a wonderful guy who's showing her all sorts of attention. He's also married. His name is Miller. And you know, she's kind of falling for this guy, and they kind of have a crush on each other. He sends her little cute little texts, you know, like, oh, hey, beautiful, I like what you wore today, things like that, okay? And so she's kind of growing apart from her husband. So does her husband find out what's going to happen? All that. Then last but not least was a girl named Tessa, and her husband moved to town. I love the name of the town, Newport Cove. I just think that's the coolest name. Well, they're running away from another place that they lived because they had something negative or horrific happen in their town to their family and neighbors, and they wanted to get away. So they're running away from something, but of course that problem follows them there to that town. So it's a story of all of this. It's, I guess you would call it kind of a mystery / thriller. It's pretty light though. It's nothing with bad language or anything, any details of anything. It's pretty easy reading, easy to follow. I enjoyed the book. So I think you may too. I wish I would have liked to have listened to it on audio. By the way, right now I'm listening to a really good Frida McFadden book that I haven't, that's really good. I don't even remember the name of it, but I'll just tell you. It's about a woman who supposedly had an accident, and every day, it kind of reminds me of 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, and Drew Barrymore. Every day you wake up and you don't remember the day before. It's kind of a story like that, but it's a thriller. It's really good so far. So I'm going to be anxious to tell you about that one. So I'd like to know in the comments below, what are you reading right now? I want to hear from you. That's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you, and I hope you come back for tomorrow morning's video. Bye, everybody.